Welcome to the Mindful Her Woman. I'm Michelle Merrix and I'm here with WCTV. I want to welcome you today, and today I want to speak about emotional intelligence. I know that we've spoken about that before. However, this is a subject that has come up a lot with my clientele in the last few weeks. So I thought we would come here and let's just talk about a few things and how emotional intelligence works. And what that means is when we're getting a little worked up or we're very happy, we feel good about something. So keep in mind that the Mindful Her Woman, this is a woman who is being very mindful about her life. The Mindful Her Woman is aware of her emotions, how I'm feeling, what triggers her, what makes her happy, how to respond, not to react. Emotional intelligence, it's knowing my self-awareness. How does this make me feel? If I'm speaking with someone, how am I feeling? Reflect on your emotions. Notice how it's impacting your behavior. And what happens is, I will break this down for you. I know we've touched base on this before, but I want to go through it with you again because I want you to have the healthiest relationships that you can. The healthy relationships, again, can be anyone with your family, your friends, coworkers. And even though we have touched base on this, we're going to do that again. And I'm going to explain it to you in a little bit of a different way. And then what's going to happen is we're going to keep speaking about emotional intelligence. There will be a masterclass on this that's coming up as well. As those of you who are following, you know that we are in the process of almost at the end of the masterclass, which was the Timeless Woman. So with the Timeless Woman, this also means it plays into about your time in a sense, but this has been coming up for actually my private clientele. So when we have a thought, that thought creates a feeling or it's an emotion. So I have a thought, how do I feel about it? What is happening with that emotion? And if it's something that triggers me, it makes me mad, it makes me feel angry, what's going to happen is I'm going to turn into some kind of a behavior. Something is going to happen. Either maybe I will talk to someone in a different tone. Maybe I won't be able to hold that emotion. Something's going to make me mad. I'm going to say something that maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm reacting instead of responding. And we want to be aware of that emotion. We have thoughts, but be aware of the emotion. This is the same thing I will let you know if you are on social media. People can get triggered on social media. The next thing that you know, they're typing, writing, and off it goes on social media. And then they read something again and they're mad and they're mad and they're mad. You want to hold on to that emotion. Knowing what that emotion is being emotionally intelligent. I am aware, my mind is aware of how I'm feeling. I have self-awareness. So thoughts equal feelings and emotions, which therefore equals our behavior, and then it gives you a result. If I am at work and someone has irritated me, I have given a bit of an outburst, which was my behavior, and now I have a result. What happens with that result? Do I have to apologize? Are we not getting along? Does it not look good for other coworkers? Does this not look good for other family members? What is it? I feel that there is a pause. There is a pause between, it's a transition time. There's a split second pause in between that thought and that feeling. And I feel that this is a transition choice option. This is a time to have a transition choice option. We're transitioning from that thought into how we feel. This is the stop moment. This is where we stop right here and we think, okay, realize my thought in here, and this is how I'm feeling. What you perceive in life are based off of your thoughts. Realize what you're thinking. How do I not think this way, Michelle? How do I make that feel different? You have to do a few things. Be mindful of your response, number one, and avoid impulsive behavior. If you know that you're headed to a family event, you know there's someone there that's going to make you mad, keep in mind about your responses and don't have impulsive behavior. Don't react. And how do I do this? How am I going to be around someone that irritates me? But I need to behave myself. I need to feel good about where I am. I want to be calm. I don't want someone making me nervous. I don't want someone making me mad. One of the first things that really helps, a deep breath. Just take a deep breath and think about being mindful right now, how I'm feeling, kind of smile and know that maybe this time won't last long. There's a boss who irritates you. There's relationships that are maybe going through something that's hard to deal with. Maybe you have a sibling. Maybe you have a son or daughter and you don't care for the way that things are happening in their life right now. Calm down, take a deep breath, be mindful of what we're about to say. If you need to, and you are able to, walk out of a room. If you need to say, I have to go to the bathroom, I'll be back. If you need to step outside, get some fresh air, take a walk down a hallway, anything that will help calm you if you can walk away from the situation before you come back, if you feel something building. And if you can stand there and hold your own, which is what emotional intelligence is, that's what we want you to do, is to be able to stand there and hold your own. So emotional intelligence is extremely important. And then what happens? When we are emotionally intelligent, we now can hold emotional maturity. So as long as we realize, first of all, remember, my thoughts will equal my feelings. My feelings. My feelings are then going to equal my behavior, and then I'm going to have a result. If you look at something in your life that's not working out, and you look at the result and you're getting the same result, something needs to change. Same results, you need to look in the mirror and say, okay, what is it I need to do different? You can also journal out when things make you mad throughout the day or things are triggering you. And keep a little journal. Okay, this triggers me. This bothers me. How do I kind of stay away from that? So be very, very self-aware. And I have a quote for you that I love. Life is not measured in days, but in heartbeats we share with others. And that was Audrey Hepburn. What we want for you is to share the heartbeats and the wonderful moments in life, as relationships are to be your best resources, not relationships that are full of turmoil, drama. We don't want things like that. We want a very peaceful, wonderful life. So remember, life isn't measured in days, but heartbeats that we share with others. And that is a part of being a timeless woman and a very mindful woman. Thank you, Audrey Hepburn. And thank you for being with the Mindful Her Woman today with WCTV. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you for your time today with me. Enjoy.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.